Welcome to beautiful Squamish Valley Golf Course. I'm so glad you've all been enjoying these videos, and if you click the subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, it will help me make more of them. The first hole certainly went according to plan today. I hit 3 good shots and stepped over this 12-footer for birdie and drained it.
Yeah, just like that, eh? Welcome to Squamish.
Although I've been fighting a smother hook lately, today my recurring miss was a weak push fade. And Squamish may not be a long course, but anywhere off the fairway is loads of trouble. My first punch out here hits a tree and I get to do it again. And this one, despite where it lands, cozies up just a few feet from the hole. That would have been a great par, but after the way we played that hole, we can't be upset with bogey.
Not upset.
The ideal tee shot on 3 is a 220-yard draw around this left tree. We did it. With only 60 yards in now, we should get nice and aggressive and hope to give ourselves a good look at birdie. This is a little longer than I wanted, and the putt actually hopped right off my putter face here, but we're okay with par. Stroke hole 1 is long and demands a pretty perfectly placed fade off the tee. I overcut this one, so we're going to have tree trouble yet again. Trying to punch this one out, we hit another tree. And now from 140 yards, my playing partner Jason tells me that short is definitely the miss. I let up on that 8-iron, so missed quite short, and now we're trying to get up and down for bogey. I pulled the putt a little bit, so we'll have to take a double on stroke hole 1. We've talked in the past about how double bogeys are the undoing of sub-80 rounds. And here on 5, double shouldn't really be in play, but I find a way to make one. My shot out of the bunker here is a bit fat. And now putting for par, I get quite aggressive with it and putted a few feet past the hole. But that stroke is going to cost us. I get over the next one, which is probably longer than the bogey putt, and put a better stroke on it. My first angry swing of the day turns out to be a great one. Right in the middle of the fairway, and I have a shot of reaching the screen in 2. But Jason tells me the shot directly at the pin is nothing but danger and that I should aim at the front left bunker. Well, mission accomplished. This is a long bunker shot that I leave a bit shorter than I wanted to. And I put a great stroke on the birdie putt here, but didn't quite make it. But we're happy to get off the double bogey train. 7 is another short par 4 that's all about positioning off the tee. Once again I pull out the 4-wood, and once again I put it in a good spot. Now with the wedge, we'd love to stick this one close and give ourselves a good look at birdie. This one's close enough that we'll get a good look, but the putt doesn't quite drop. And finally we're stacking together pars. 8 is a very tough par 3, with anything past the pin pretty much dead. With that course knowledge in hand from my playing partner Jason, I play to the front of the green and leave myself a pretty straightforward 2-putt. And given that par 3s are often the undoing of my score, I'm happy to walk away with par here. I don't think I've ever had a triple on the channel, so this one is for you guys. Another weak push fade off the tee, and now I'm trying to get way too creative, carving a 5-iron about 40 yards. Instead, the ball goes dead straight and into the water hazard. Now from 50 yards, I try to take aim at this pin, but miss it left and the ball ends up in a very tricky spot. The long lag putt is decent, but I still have about 6 feet for double, and I lip it out. We hit a good number of greens on the front 9, but we really unraveled on the bad holes, so 2 doubles and a triple aren't going to give you a good score. I hit my best drive of the day on 10, taking aim up the right and hitting a draw. On my approach shot, I overclub and wind up hitting it thin and in an awkward spot in the front of the green. This was a really tricky lag putt through the fringe that rolled out to a great spot, and I make the par. 11 is another long, challenging par 3. It has a crown green, and Jason tells me the only place to miss safe is short right. And reflecting back on the list of things I did well today, maybe top of the list was listen to Jason. I underread this putt, so I'll have about 6 feet uphill for par, and I pulled this one too. And you can see I'm frustrated to take bogey. In the very first hole of my first narrated course vlog, I talked about the fact that you only need to hit one good shot to salvage a score on a par 5. Let's examine that here. I hit a lousy drive, and then a lousy shot out of the bunker. Then I punched an 8-iron up to the green, and leave myself about 40 feet for birdie. After talking things over with the gang, I put a stroke on it, and we're not just going to take par here, we're going to make birdie.
It broke like 6 times. Birdie?
The contact on 13 felt terrible off the face, and I'm ready to watch this one slice into the woods. Instead, it's right down the middle of the fairway.
Go.
But I chunked the approach with a 7-iron here, so I'll have about 30 yards to get up and down for par. This chip ends up rolling right back to the front of the green, and now I have about 25 feet for par. A decent lag putt, and we'll take a bogey. A day on the golf course wouldn't be complete for me without at least one smother hook off the tee, so here's today's. I'm trying to hit a draw around the tree on my approach, but I double cross it and leave myself in a very difficult lie from about 30 yards. Unfortunately, I fat the chip. I gathered myself over the second one, and leave myself about 7 feet for bogey, and maybe fueled by the last putt, I make one here. 15 is another very tight hole off the tee, and the next time I play here, I'll probably hit a 4-wood here. With the weak push fade, I'm left trying to punch under a tree, and I put this one in the bunker in a very difficult downhill lie. I would be thrilled with anything on the green here, so now we get to test my lag putting from about 50 feet. The first putt is good, and we'll walk away with another bogey. On the short par 3 16th, I let up on a 7-iron and thought I hit my best shot of the day. It pitches a few feet short of the hole, but rolls right down almost into the water. As I put my camera down, I saw that this was a beautiful shot, so I really focused on trying to make this birdie because I thought it would look great on video. It's funny that when you try to hole a shot, you have a better shot of making it. I lip it out and make par. I've birdied 2 out of 3 par 5s so far, so when I get to the short par 5 17th, I'm salivating over the tee. But the golf gods taketh away. A bad shot off the tee, and I end up punching out 2 separate times. This is a crown green, so this shot left of the pin is going to roll right back off the green again. The chip is lousy, the putt for bogey doesn't drop, and just like that, a double bogey on the easiest par 5 on the course. Despite putting this one in the fairway, I didn't quite get all of it, so we'll have a long number in on the par 4 18th. And this one misses just right of the green, and after hitting 2 terrible chips on the last hole, I'm not quite done hitting bad chips. I hit this putt decently, and we'll have 6 feet to try to salvage a bogey out of the 18th, and I make it. When you make 3 doubles and a triple, you're probably not going to have a good day out there. So a disappointing 85 today, I'll regather myself and hope to break 80 next time.